Every time you reply, the trap tightens. That's the impossible part. It is happening again on a scale the world has never seen before. It is a massive operation. Here's the part you missed. We were told the global banking system was a closed loop. We were told sanctions would starve the machine. But the machine found a new fuel. It found a way to bypass every wall. I have the receipts from maritime registries and shell company filings. In 2024 alone, over 600 tankers changed their identities to stay invisible. They are ghosts. They move oil without a single trace, every single time. According to Lloyd's List Intelligence, the number of dark vessels has exploded. This isn't just smuggling. It is a parallel economy worth $100 billion. I've linked the source in the description. The truth is this. Let me show you this. You think your energy prices are set by the open market. You are wrong. They are set by a ghost fleet operating in the shadows. You are paying for this hidden system every day. Every empire has a ledger, even the invisible ones. By the end of this, you will understand the secret plumbing of the modern world. You will see the truth behind the global curtain. Right now, let me show you what they didn't want you to see. The walls are up, but the oil is still flowing through the back door. The ghost fleet is moving right now. Stay with me. And here's the evidence. Imagine your inbox lighting up. One notification, your phone, your bank account. If you don't understand this, you will keep losing money to it. The cost of not knowing is hidden in your next electric bill. It is already happening. You are already paying for it. I've linked the source in the description for you to verify. That is the key. But to understand why energy prices are volatile, you need to see what happened before. You need to see the origin of the ghost fleet. It started with a simple choice: trade or collapse. See what that means. What you are losing right now is the transparency of the global market. While you are not paying attention, billions are moving through ships that officially do not exist. It is a digital deception. A ghost doesn't leave a footprint. That is the myth they want you to believe. But every ship has a wake. Every dollar has a destination. We found the wake. We found the destination. Sound familiar? Remember this? The ledger never forgets. What they don't tell you is this. Hold on to that thought. Because what I am about to show you changes everything. The real story is in the numbers. Let me show you the pattern of the invisible tankers. It is simple. Hold on to that number. We'll come back to it. To understand this ghost economy, we have to look at the origin. But the real story is in the numbers. It started with a simple problem. How do you move oil when the world says no? Now you understand why. That's called sanctions evasion. It means using deceptive practices to bypass trade restrictions. It is not new. But the scale today is unprecedented. It is like Amazon shutting down overnight for an entire nation. In 2022, the G7 imposed a price cap. They thought they had the keys to the kingdom. But they forgot one thing. The world is a very big place, and ships can disappear. They can vanish. According to Lloyd's List Intelligence 2024 report, the shadow fleet grew by 40% in 1 year. I have linked the source in the description. This is not a theory. This is documented maritime policy. Think about that. Here's the part you missed. They bought old tankers, ships that should have been scrapped. They gave them new names. They gave them new flags. They gave them a new purpose. They became the gears of the shadow machine. Imagine your old car being used to move millions in cash. That is the scale. These ships are 30 years old. They are dangerous. They are crumbling. They are a heart attack waiting to happen. The foundation of this system is secrecy. But secrecy requires friction. To move the oil, they needed a network of shell companies. Thousands of them, all over the world, from Dubai to Hong Kong. Gone, just like that. The truth is this. Each company owns just one ship. If the ship is caught, the company vanishes. It is a game of shells. But the house always wins. The oil keeps moving. The money keeps flowing. And you feel it. But the evidence goes much deeper. They aren't just bypassing sanctions. They are building a parallel financial universe. A universe where the US dollar does not exist. A universe where rules are suggestions. And here's the evidence. By the end of 2023, the fleet was moving 3 million barrels a day. every single day. That is more than the entire output of most oil-producing nations. It is an invisible empire on the waves. Same playbook. Different flag. They use the same methods as the substance cartels. They use the same methods as the arms dealers, but they did it with the world's most important commodity, oil. Why? Because the system requires it. The global economy needs the oil. The regime needs the money. It is a marriage of necessity. It is a cycle that cannot be broken by simple laws. Think about your savings account, your credit card statement, and your paycheck. But here's the catch. These ships have no insurance. If one leaks, if nobody pays, the cost falls on the nearest coastline. It falls on you. You are the one who bears the ultimate risk. Think about that. A 30-year-old tanker carrying 1 million barrels of oil, no insurance, no oversight, passing through the English Channel right now. It is a ticking time revelation. It is a disaster. Let me show you the pattern. They use fake flags. They use fake names. They use fake signals. But the oil is very real. And the money is very real. It is a ghost machine. The official story is that sanctions are working. The real story is that the shadow fleet is winning. For the insiders, this is a gold mine. For the many, it is a massive risk. Powerful groups protect themselves by using these shell companies. Meanwhile, ordinary people pay higher prices at the pump. Today, this is the modern parallel of the black markets of the past. Same pattern. Sound familiar? It should. We have seen this before. In the 1970s, in the 1990s, but never at this scale. Never with this much money. $100 billion. Let that sink in. And you feel it. The pattern is always there. First comes the restriction. Then comes the loophole. Finally comes the ghost fleet. Each time they adapt, each time they grow, each time they become more invisible. What you are losing right now is the safety of the oceans. Every month this continues, the risk of a catastrophic spill increases. You are already paying for the cleanup in your taxes. You just don't know. The cost of not knowing this is a global energy crisis. While you are not paying attention, the shadow fleet is setting the floor for oil prices. They are the invisible hand of the underworld. By the time most people realize this, the parallel economy will be permanent. It is already happening faster than anyone predicted. The ghost fleet is not a temporary fix. It is a new reality. You are already paying for it. You just don't know how yet. It is in the price of your bread. It is in the cost of your heating. It is the hidden tax of the shadow fleet. But here's the question nobody asks. Who is actually running the ships? It is not just one country. It is a global network of bad actors. They are the ones who profit. They use the same playbook as the most sophisticated criminal organizations. They have the best lawyers. They have the best accountants. They have the best technology. They are ahead of the law. Same pattern, same stages, same result. The system is designed to be broken. The ghost fleet is the feature, not the bug. It is the only way the machine can keep spinning. And you feel it. But here's the part nobody mentions. The ghost fleet is now larger than the official fleets of most countries. It is a maritime superpower, and it operates without a single law or regulation. Same playbook, different flag. They are moving gold. They are moving cash. They are moving anything the world tries to stop. The ghost fleet is the ultimate backdoor to the global economy. You'll find the source link in the description below. Picture your rent and your grocery bill rising because you clicked once. Notice the pattern. The more you squeeze, the more they find a way out. Sanctions are not a wall. They are a sieve. And money is the water that always finds the hole. Think about that. $100 billion. That is more than the GDP of many countries, all moving through ships that are essentially invisible to the global banking system. It is a miracle, but it is a dark miracle. It is a miracle built on deception. It is a miracle built on risk, and it is a miracle that you are paying for every single day. Check. Who profits? The insiders? They have known about this for years. They built the infrastructure, they bought the ships, they created the shell companies. They are the architects of the ghost fleet. How long? As long as the oil is needed, as long as the money is there, as long as the world is divided. The ghost fleet will continue to sail in the dark. Period. Wait until you see what comes next. Because the Ghost Fleet is just the beginning. They are building a parallel world, a world where you are the product, a world where you lose. The trick is simple. It is not a bug. It is the design. According to the Financial Times Shadow Fleet investigation, tankers use spoofing to hide. I have linked the source in the description. That's called spoofing. It means sending fake GPS signals to appear in one place while being in another. It is like your phone saying you are in London while you are in Paris. Strip away the complexity and you will see the truth. It is just a digital mask. They turn off their transponders. They go dark. They meet in the middle of the ocean. They swap oil. This is not a metaphor. This is documented maritime reality. They call it a ship-to-ship transfer. But it is really a massive money laundering operation on the high seas. It is a deception. For the powerful insiders, this is a way to keep their wealth. For the ordinary citizens, it is a threat to global stability. The official story is a myth. The reality is a ghost. The trick is simple. You buy an old ship, you register it in a country that doesn't ask questions, you change the name, you turn off the tracker, you are now a ghost. But here's the twist. The insurance companies knew, the banks knew, even the regulators knew, but they all looked the other way. Why? Because the oil had to flow. The machine needed fuel. Right now, this is happening again. And that's the danger. This is not a flaw. This is the feature. The Ghost Fleet is the necessary evil of a globalized world. It is the friction that keeps the system from grinding to a complete halt. It works, but it works at your expense every time a ghost ship sails. The risk of a meltdown increases, not just an environmental meltdown, a financial one. The shadow economy is growing too large. It is now $100 billion. That is enough to break the World Bank. That is enough to destabilize entire currencies. That is enough to change the course of history, not theory. Mathematics. The math says the system is unsustainable, but the math also says the profit is too high to stop. It is a trap, and we are all inside it. The Ghost Fleet is the cage. Each time they trade, they weaken the official system. Each time they hide, they strengthen the shadow system. Each time they win, you lose. It is a zero-sum game played in the dark. Now here's where it gets personal. This is where history stops being about them and starts being about you. You wake up, you go to work, you pay your bills, you are involved. The daily action is the historical mechanism playing out in real time. You are the one who fuels the machine. You are the one who pays the hidden tax of the Ghost Fleet. What makes this dangerous today is the permanent bipolar financial world. Right now, the same mechanism is happening in gold and cybercrime. It is a blueprint for a sanction-proof world. It is happening. This isn't speculation. This is policy. Other nations are watching. They are learning. They are building their own ghost fleets. The world is splitting in two. And you are caught in the middle. For the elites, the shadow fleet is a safety net. For you, it is a hole in your pocket. Today, the gap between the two is wider than ever. It is a parallel reality. You think your savings are safe, but your savings are tied to a global system that is being drained by the ghost fleet. Every dollar moved in the shadows weakens the dollar in your hand. Right now, as we speak, a tanker with a fake name is moving oil worth $50 million. That money will never enter the official banking system. It will stay in the shadows. Today, this exact pattern is being used to bypass every regulation we have. It is happening faster than the law can adapt. It is a race, and the ghosts are winning. They are ahead, maybe next year, maybe in 5 years. But the direction is clear. The ghost fleet is becoming the primary fleet for half the world. The invisible tankers are becoming the new standard. It is inevitable. And you feel it. They believed they were exceptional. They believed the rules didn't apply. They were wrong every single time. The ghost fleet will eventually hit a wall, but the wall will be made of reality. It's like your bank auto-paying a stranger, like Uber picking your wallet, like Netflix auto-playing debt. Every empire thinks it is the exception. None were. The shadow fleet is a sign of a system in decline. It is a sign of a world that can no longer agree on the rules. This time, is not different. The math is the same. The risk is the same. The outcome will be the same. The ghost fleet will eventually lead to a massive collapse. It is just time. The cost of not knowing this is your future. While you are not paying attention, the foundation of the global economy is being eroded. You can't escape the consequences. You are already in. Same pattern, different time. The mechanism is identical, different players. It's already happening. The volatility you see in the markets, that is the ghost fleet. The uncertainty in the world, that is the shadow economy. You are feeling the friction of the machine. You are already paying for it. You just don't know how yet. But so what should you take from this? How do you protect yourself in a world of ghosts? The answer isn't in the official headlines. The answer is in the hidden ledger. Let me show you. According to KSE Institute's Sanctions monitoring, the shadow fleet now handles over 70% of certain energy exports. I have linked the source in the description. The evidence is undeniable. It is clear. Hidden ledger has the answers. I'll show you where to look.